Here's my next thoughts video about where we're beginning to read with the divided kingdom. We just did our first reading from 1 Kings 12. Trust me, it was 1 Kings 12, which was also 1 Kings 12. We read way back on part 399. We're currently on part 460 of the Reese Chronological Bible, and it started a page back, which I'm just not capable of doing with one hand. This is on page 685. And then yesterday we got done with the left-hand column, which is Israel of the divided kingdom. Now once again we're reading the right-hand column this time around. We're going to end here, 200 pages away on page 890. See how long it takes. But this is what I learned yesterday when I got to this point. I thought, wait a minute, what about Zedekiah? That's his name, right? Who got carried into Babylon and had his eyes gouged out. But before the pleasantness of having his eyes gouged out, he had the misfortune of seeing his sons killed before his eyes. I thought, well, where did that happen? It hasn't happened. Well, of course it hadn't happened, because Israel got taken away first. They got taken away to Assyria, and then Judah will fall. And that's where it'll happen, where Zedekiah. Now, you know what's really wild? God actually warned him. This is like last time I read the Bible, I realized the Lord warned. I'm hoping it's Zedekiah, because that's the name I'm thinking of. that would happen. Did he choose to listen? Do you realize that all of Israel, or I mean Jerusalem, would not have been burned? And they wouldn't have been carried away if he would have listened to God. So it all came down on his head. All the temple was wrecked, destroyed. All the instruments of the temple were taken away. But then, you know what's cool? Last time the Lord had me read His Word, I read through Jeremiah. Then I went back and read what comes after Chronicles, Ezra. And I learned that the things of the temple were preserved, and they weren't destroyed. And so God preserved those things. But anyway, look at this. There's lots of pages of from the fall of Israel to the fall of Judah. We're going to go through Isaiah when we hit that. So that's still a ways away. Once again, 200 pages before we get through this portion of Judah that parallels what was going on at the same time as Israel's. Whereas last time, if you want to put these together in a timeline kind of thing, you can watch part 399 as we're getting ready to read part 461. Takes place at the same time as that.